Mr. Firzli, as Washington's pivoting to China, is Europe at risk of becoming a proxy battleground for great power rivalries amid the rising militarization?
It's a very good question. I think what's happening now, so you could call it the remilitarization of Britain, Germany, and France, for lack of a better word. And they call themselves, so the governments of Britain, Germany, and France call themselves the coalition of the willing. And it's no coincidence that the expression coalition of the willing was coined precisely 25 years ago by ultra right-wing Republican policy thinkers in Washington, D.C., people who worked under George Bush and Dick Cheney. By a cruel irony, today, 25 years later, we have center-left politicians in London, Berlin, and Paris who use that same right-wing American Bushite vocabulary, coalition of the willing. It's happening too late. So if that, wave of pro-NATO militarism we're seeing now in Western Europe, if it had happened, let's say 2 years ago or 3 years ago or 5 years ago, that may have changed potentially the outcome of the Russia-Ukraine war. Because it's happening today, after 3 years, it's happened too late. So these people are thinking of the next war, and it's no coincidence, 2 days ago, the German defense minister, Boris Ludwig Pistorius, he spoke of a war. Of course, it's exaggerated, but in his own words, 2 days ago, the German defense minister spoke of a bloody war pitting Germany against Russia in 4 years or 5 years. Even if we discount the exaggeration, it tells us a lot about his worldview. Likewise, I think yesterday, the UK, the British Defense Secretary, John Healey, he said that, and I quote, the British defense industry was going to multiply by 10. That's 900%. So he claims that British defense factories will raise their production of military drones by 900% in the next 3-4 months to help Ukraine attack Russia. So all that is exaggerated. All that is, of course, delusional and very aggressive, but it's signaling a worldview, which I would call a Blairite neoconservative worldview. It is not at all the policy of President Trump. 4 months ago, when he entered the White House, President Trump completely turned the table on the neocons and the liberal hoax and Emmanuel Macron and the German government. And so now what Western Europe is doing, it's clinging desperately to the old program, the Atlantist, NATOist, neocon program, which in Washington, D.C. itself no longer exists.
Mm-hmm.